What's up, my Broodwar brothers? SC here, back with some more KCM. Starting things out here on Eclipse. Snow versus Barracks. Let's get into it. Alright, your first game of the night. Barracks in the top right-hand corner, the blue Terran, and in the bottom left, Snow, our red Protoss player. Here are your players for week number 7. Yes, we are already in week number 7 of season 2 of 2022. Can expect about 3 or 4 seasons per year. We're getting close to the end of the second season, and this is the lineup. Things starting to get serious here between Protoss and Zerg, bringing out their best players. Terran, lagging pretty far behind, has brought out Barracks, Rush, and Light here. Protoss with best, Snow, Shuttle, and Soma with Zerg with Soma, Hero, and Queen. I think Soma the star of that lineup, possibly Queen. I don't know. We haven't seen Queen show up huge in the KCM for a little while. Soma seems to be consistently good when it comes to these best of ones. Guys, I hope you notice the update in the quality we've got going on here. I want to have a big shout out right now to Tin Town on the Discord. Thank you very much for helping me to get this video downloaded, make it possible to avoid those issues we were having with lag, and I think it should be a quality upgrade as well. Previously we were streaming the videos through OBS off of a Korean website called Africa TV. I'm sure you've heard of it, but that wasn't working too well. There were a lot of issues with lag, drops in quality and such. But now we are streaming. We've got the video downloaded, and everything should be running smoothly here. Ooh, oh, so close. This SCV. Ooh, good repair there. Nice blocking by Barracks. Snow is just ruthlessly attacking this SCV, trying to put this Barracks together, not allowing him to finish that construction, but finally it does go down, and Snow continuing to be a little bitch, honestly, here with the probe. Frig, I hate Protoss players who do this. I think everybody can feel the pain of a strong Protoss player with the just using the range of the probe to the ultimate advantage. I mean, you gotta do him like that, really? Looks like he's even throwing down a forge here at the front with a Nexus first. It doesn't get dirtier than this. With the forge out in the front, it does not matter what Barracks decides to do here. If he pulls SCVs or builds a second Barracks and tries to attack, there's just nothing that's going to deal damage to Snow. He has the cannon on the way. That cannon will kill a ridiculous number of Marines. Cannons, I think 2 or 3 shot a Marine. I think it's just 2 shots, right? Regardless, they crush Marines so quickly. There's really nothing that Barracks can do here. You see, he's trying to get past that cannon and deal some damage to the mineral line. Snow not going to let him do it. And the only thing Barracks can do from here is just take his expansion and try to make up those losses in the later stages of the game. Try to make up the deficit here in the economy, if possible. Now, guys, this is one gripe that I've got here with this new setup. I can't actually hear the in-game sound, so I'm sorry if I missed something. It's kind of thrown off my groove here a little bit. I've been messing with it for about an hour and a half, from getting the quality set up to get the download going and all that stuff. And then I figured out that it was not playing audio. I looked at a bunch of tutorials. They all basically say the same thing, that you need to go into the audio settings, and you need to switch it to monitor and output. But for whatever reason, that just does not work here. I don't know, I've messed around with OBS so much, I feel like I should almost just uninstall and reinstall and just get it set back up again properly. I don't know, if anyone knows a possible solution, hit me up on Discord. This is it's a little hard to follow, man. The music and the in-game sounds of Broodwar are a huge part of the game. I know a lot of people complain about the audio volume. That's another thing that I'm working on right now. I think I've got it set this time so that I can, in post-production, alter the sound levels between the Korean voice and my own voice. I hope that's going to work this time. I'm not 100% sure, but that's something that has been in the back of my mind for a long time, and just been kind of annoying. Hopefully I will have that figured out. Hopefully I can get it so I can also listen to the music, because that is really a big part of the experience. Now, Snow poking a little bit here. Barracks, pretty common move, sending out the 4 Marines to tank a bit of damage to try and put some DPS on that Dragoon, so he can't just follow and kill this Vulture. Oh! Not gonna try and sneak around here. Barracks playing maybe a little mind game there, thinking that Snow would assume that Barracks might take a different path. He tries to run right up the middle, almost loses that Vulture, but does manage to get it out on the map at least. Get some mines down here in the middle, get him on that ramp. That'll give him an idea of where Snow is. Maybe let him know if Snow is trying to push forward. Get that scan off. Nice scan there. Sees the Reaver as it's leaving the main base. That's plenty of time here for Barracks to start preparing these defenses. Now going to run by here. It's a mine on the high ground. That is dangerous for Snow to try and prevent this Vulture from dealing damage here, because walking up that ramp, it's already hard enough to hit that mine. But when it's on a ramp, you got that 50% miss chance. You may end up missing and taking that damage. So Snow just going to let that probe die. He may also have to sacrifice. Oh, I thought that was a cannon, but like, it's just going to be another pylon finishing up on the high ground. Now trying to fly in here. The 2 Goliaths pop out. Great response by Barracks. An excellent scan too, to find out the plan here. Can start, just started those Goliaths immediately after spotting that there was going to be a shuttle. I mean, you have to assume it's going to be shuttle here by Snow, but Barracks doesn't take any chances. Gets that scan off, sees the shuttle play is coming. He's even got this mine here. This mine could be huge. Fly right through, drops on top of the tank. Gonna get a tank kill there. Nicely done, but this Goliath is in a good position now. Ooh, picks off the Goliath with the Reaver and escapes, as expected from Snow. An absolute prodigy with the Reaver play. Able to get a tank, losing only a single Zealot. Gets out of there. He also grabs that Goliath as well, so less anti-air in the mix for future drop play. Very nicely done. No SCV kills, of course, during that exchange, but it's not all about that. These Reavers can be useful throughout the game. Snow has shown us that time and time again, that yes, he is going to continuously produce those Reavers and just keep on using them to great effect, even into the latest stages of the game. Now adding on a bunch more gateways here. He is preparing for the eventual move out here of Barracks. Barracks is prepping for a late game. He's got the science facility on the way. He will be hitting that timing for the 2 a second attack upgrade. Now getting the engineering base. Delayed that quite a bit by grabbing those 2 early Goliaths, so now picks off an observer as well. Very nice job not losing that Goliath either. Barracks I'm afraid if he moves out here, though, this could be a huge mistake. He's going to just poke forward, try to get a shot on these Reavers, but of course, Snow moves forward with the Observer, spots that out, and does escape. He even keeps the Observer alive as well. A lot of production coming out here for Snow, and he's so good with these Reavers. I fear the worst if Barracks decides to push out here. He needs to be very meticulous and slow as he pushes forward. Otherwise, he is going to get run over. Taking the third base on this map is one of the hardest things. It is so tough as Terran to grab that third base. We only see 5 tanks right now. So Barracks has just started to ramp up that production. He needs to take this slow. Does not want to rush things and get overwhelmed. If you get overwhelmed here by Snow, there's no way you'll ever be able to leave your base. So this is a super important moment for Barracks. If he manages to take this third now, I think the game just goes on. Snow's going to be in a fine position to continue this game. But if he gets overwhelmed, I think this game will end in defeat for this first Terran player. Now, running forward here with the Zealots, eating a bunch of mines. That's 3 mines just for a single Zealot. He's still got a ton left over. He's going to run forward here. This first mine does connect on one of the Zealots. Reavers are being dropped. Are they going to be focused? No. No focus on the Reavers. Snow picks up immediately and backs away. Now, he's going to stay here in this tight little area between the third and natural and continue to threaten. Oh, okay, Snow. Nice pickups there. Staying just barely out of range. Can he get a shot? No. No shot from the tanks. Gonna come up here onto that high ground. Start to pick off a ton of vultures. This could be a massacre here. Huge damage on those Marines. Ooh, just destroying these vultures. Man, so many vultures have been picked off. And we might see Snow just go for a bust now. All these vultures have been picked off. A ton of Marines have died. That's a ton of tanking that's now gone. And these tanks are fairly weak now, I would say. Without that additional tanking, it should be done by these vultures. You see 4 vultures right now. The Reaver's still being annoying, still dropping out, still trying to get damage. He's going to fly into the main now. This could be a poor choice. Oh, he does get the 1 turret, but the Reaver's so close to death, just barely managing to stay alive. Going to fly into the back here now. There are 2 mines that should blow up. No! He actually gets out with the Reaver. He gets another shot. 3 more SCV kills. Are you kidding me? That's so annoying. I can't believe he's keeping this alive. And now he's just going to park this Reaver in the top right. This is being so annoying for Barracks to deal with. He's going to put down some mines. If that Reaver does pop out, it should deal with it. And he can focus on that third base. Snow, meanwhile, taking his 4th and 5th bases in 2 separate locations. Oh my goodness, even more kills from that Reaver. Are you kidding me right now? Snow, so damn good with the Reaver. Oh! Okay, that was a dud. Does not blow up there. Now he's going to go for the front. A ton of tanks not sieged up here and sitting on top of mines. Big storm, the first storms of the game, doing a huge amount of damage there. Can he push forward and actually break this position? He's managed to get to the ramp, but now being pushed back. No more storms to deal with this mass of vultures that's just popped out in the front. Snow is pushed back, and Barracks going to secure his 3rd, the first stage of the mid-game. Oh my goodness, more kills here in the main base as well. This Reaver going to town. He's got almost no HP, but he's gained a little bit of shields during this time. He's going to try and drop 1 more time. Does not happen. That would have been huge if he'd managed to drag those mines in there as well with the dying Reaver. But Snow takes a few more SCV kills and runs away. Now we've got a huge, huge force of red. You can see at least 2-3 control groups moving through the middle of the map. None of that area has been controlled by Barracks. He doesn't have mines there. He doesn't have units in that location. He could end up getting flanked here with his army. He does siege up in time, but Snow gonna hit on multiple fronts. Oh wait, that army to the left has retreated, so just this one army coming straight up. Is this a mistake from Snow? There's not a whole lot here, and Barracks is well spread out. These Dragoons are gonna get smashed, I think. Oh man, Snow with the combo attack, he just doesn't have the rest of the Dragoons with the army. You can see about 8 more Dragoons over here. We're chasing some vultures around and didn't join that fight. Barracks takes a nice trade there, but lowers his supply down to 136. Meanwhile, Snow with even more bases. You can see bases in the bottom right, bases in the top left. That double gas up there is huge. If he can start to mine that, get rid of as much of that gas as possible, even if Barracks eventually goes up and takes that, he's not going to have much to mine from. Looks like Snow going to try and push in here to the natural once again. I think this is an unsuccessful attack, almost 100%. Oof. Splashing this Dragoon blood all over the ground. His supply has dropped nearly to that of Barracks. Barracks with another command center. He's going to be expanding here in just a moment. He just needs to raise his supply a little bit more. Nice storms on these few vultures in the front, lowering that number by quite a bit. Snow's macro is getting insane. He's got so much money. He has crazy income. Gonna send some more probes to that bottom right base. 3-2 is done. This is the time now where Barracks can start to really move on the map. He can start to take more bases, but does he have the muscle to do so? He's starting to lay mines. Needs to get a few tanks out here with this army, but the mines actually connecting really well because there's no observer in this area. Storms are coming out. He's going to focus that Templar, but another storm going down on these SCVs. Big SCV kills here. Actually, not quite as many SCVs being transferred as I thought. Maybe about 4 or 5 get picked off. That's not a bad trade for that number of Templar, I feel, actually. 4 Templar losing their lives, trying to get those storms down. And Barracks actually secures that base with few SCV losses. Of course, SCVs aren't the biggest deal at this point in the game. The really important number to watch is how many tanks are present. We got to get to a very high tank count before Barracks can even think about moving across the map and taking a big fight. He's just going to hold this very defensive position here. Another run through by Snow. A lot of zealots in this attack. There's going to be some big storms coming forward here in just a second. There's a beautiful storm on these vultures. No movement from Barracks to try to avoid that. May end up regretting that in the future. If he continues to lose vultures, he won't be able to hold back the waves and waves of zealots that will be coming here from Snow with this crazy income he's managed to secure. Barracks still pushing slowly forward. Another wave of zealots coming towards the natural this time. Natural base is under threat. Does he have enough here to deal with this attack? Ton more mines being thrown down here at the last moment. Big mine connections on a lot of these zealots. And they're going to be running in here and diving on top of these tanks. Not enough vultures on the right hand side here to deal with these zealots. Big storms as well, just rampaging all over these tanks. Bunch of Dragoons will rush forward towards this natural. Barracks will have to send additional reinforcements back to this location to try and keep this area under his control. But meanwhile, he's heading up towards the top left, taking the opportunity here while Snow is distracted in the natural to take this base in the top left hand corner. If he manages to snag this base, he will split the map in half. It is a viable way to play against Protoss in the latest of the late game. Big storms here, great drops by Snow, continuing to build shuttles throughout this game, and Reavers as well, sending the Reavers in just crushing through this tank line. No real mines to be had here at this location. Big kills on SCVs here at the fourth base location. 2 tanks finally managed to get through here. And yeah, with the double robotics facility, Snow just pumping out insane numbers of shuttles and continuously assaulting these entrenched positions for the Terran. Now another wave of units coming through the middle here. Snow seems just intent on pressuring Barracks, and you can see the pressure has mounted here. He's got only 118 supply. Snow, meanwhile, jumping up to 172. He hasn't given Barracks a break throughout the majority of this game. Ooh, big mine connection there as well. And more action going on in the main base of the Terran as well. Geez, just so much going on the map here. We really haven't seen those huge armies that we're used to in Terran versus Protoss clashing over and over again. Instead, it's just been continuous drop play, continuous attacks from all different angles. Snow trying to get in anywhere he can, sending in small contingents of units, small groups of shuttles with Reavers and Templar. Now sending a big attack to the top left. There's only 2 tanks in this location. Barracks gonna have to react very quickly here. He's sniping at some of these Templar, but not quickly enough. Nice storms on those reinforcing tanks, and he's secured this base. It looks like everything will have to run on out of here. The SCVs are going to be forfeit, looks like, getting the last little bit of mining he can, and then all of those SCVs go down. Running tanks up high ground. 88 supply for Barracks. He is on the verge of crumbling against this overwhelming Protoss pressure from the monster that is Snow. Sending in DTs as well, forcing scans at this juncture is so annoying. Barracks is completely foregone building any sort of science vessels. Wow, 2 more tanks go down to that DT. The mine just helping out so much. He actually kills his own mine there. That was a nice move by Barracks, but he's going to lose his entire mineral line. This could be GG, as every single SCV in the 3rd base goes down. There's nothing left here for Barracks. Of course, a ton of Dragoons just wander into their death. I think that Snow, like any StarCraft player, is watching the massacre of those SCVs, just relishing the moment where all the SCVs in that mineral line go down, not paying attention to the Dragoons. I've definitely been guilty of that sort of thing in the past before. So satisfying to watch that many workers get killed for your opponent. It kind of takes up a bit of your attention. Well, now Snow is pushing forward with 100 supply advantage, shoving here towards this 3rd and 4th base. Really, Barracks has no chance at this point. He's lost so many SCVs. There's hardly any mining left at all, but he's barely scraping through with incredibly sparse tank numbers spread out very, very thin. He's somehow holding on for the moment, but another drop here in the main just being super annoying to deal with. He's going to lose another tank. He's going to lose some of these Goliaths. Nice targeting, but finally Barracks does snipe that. Another group of Dragons moving through the middle of the map. Oh, we're going to need some mines here as well. 2 more mines going to rush forward, and at least one of them ended up connecting there. Barracks trying still to push towards the top left, even though he has 79 supply to 194. That is tenacity, man. You gotta respect it. Barracks still hanging in there. He's got the 3-2 or 3-3 at this point. He's gonna lose these tanks in the center of the map to a couple of good storms and a good group of Dragoons plus Zealots. Now with Snow running up this ramp, he's going to be able to deny the 3rd base. Barracks, I don't think he has the reinforcements even to take out this small Dragoon force. Well, some tanks are moving up here. Great mine connection. And he actually picks off the Nexus in the top left, which is nice, but Snow is completely maxed out. He's got 2,000 minerals in the bank. He can produce another maxed out army if he manages to lose this one somehow. I don't see it happening, but Barracks is retaking this base. Another army is bearing down on his flank, coming up towards this base. Big SCV kills here. Oh, so many kills on those SCVs. GG is finally called. Barracks does tap out, and Snow takes game number 1. Alright, guess what, guys? I actually figured it out. I got the audio running, so save your comments. It's all good now. You can hear the in-game sounds. There's something deep in the settings that I had changed a long time ago that was hindering sound. It wasn't making it, or was making it not work. It was back from when I used NVIDIA Voice like a year or two ago to settle the mic sounds, make it sound a little bit more crisp and cut out background interference and noise. Of course, you can do that in OBS. I didn't know at that time. I was just looking for a quick solution. Anyway, I fixed the settings. We can continue on with the games. Now we don't have to have any lag or quality drop during the broadcast. I'm so happy that this is actually going to work out. I might even be able to change the voice levels between Korean and the English cast, so I'm looking forward to doing that this time. I am so far behind, by the way, guys. I am so sorry. I went on a camping trip this weekend, tried out the bus for the first time. The camping bus that I am planning to take from Canada to Argentina. That's coming soon. Actually, really soon. Sooner than it feels. It is only 2 months away. I'm going to be leaving for that trip. And of course, I will be posting videos about that. I'm starting a new channel with my girlfriend. It's going to be called... Actually, I won't reveal the name just yet, because there's nowhere to go subscribe or anything, but we are creating a new channel. Going to be doing a whole bunch of traveling videos, and of course we are going to continue KCM on the way. Maybe meet some friends in Peru. That's going to be fun. Maybe meet some fans in the US as well. That's coming to a city near you soon, man. So definitely stick with it. Stay subscribed. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Consider supporting as well if you can. Not going to be a cheap trip, that's for sure. I've been saving money for quite a long time now, planning this out. So I'm pretty well ready, but a little support is always helpful. Now, we've got Queen versus Snow here in cross-map positions, and I've been a little bit silent on the early game, but Snow opened with a gateway. He sent some zealots across the map, but he saw these lings popping out. He saw that Queen was prepared. I was just going to head on back home. After forcing the lings out, go directly into a cybernetics course, so no forge just yet. Forge in the main instead. A little bit greedy from Queen, but he can definitely get away with this. He's got the probe still alive on the map. Oh, sorry, greedy from Snow. He's got the probe still alive on the map. He's still pumping zealots. He's trying to get out here and pressure even more, which feels a little bit too greedy for me. He's sending these 3 zealots across the map, but he really doesn't need to do this. He's stopped the production of drones for enough time. He's keeping this probe alive. He knows kind of what's going on here in the front. And as you can see, the drone production is pretty slow to start here for Queen. Only got a couple of drones at the 3rd base there. He started his lair. Now, it would be great if Snow could get in here and see this, but Queen's doing an excellent job of preventing that probe from getting in once again. Just going to head over to the 3rd base now. Also going to give him good information about what's going on in Queen's plan, his build order. Going to see these 4 drones. That's a pretty decent indicator that no Hydralisk bust is coming here. Gonna run around again, and I don't think Queen has noticed this. Maybe he's just about to finish speed. Yeah, speed finishes, he will kill this probe before it can get in and get any more information. I was a little confused there because I thought that this probe was going to be able to get free access to the main, but doesn't need those links to block anymore, can chase that down with this speed, and he's going to head across the map now. Just keep Snow in his base and watch for this Zealot walk out. Now the drone saturation is starting to really come here. Ah, hey, look at that. That's not where we usually see a hatchery in the third base on this map. Queen probably has a new idea of how to wall off here. I'm liking it. Another evolution chamber here in the natural, or in the third base, excuse me. Setting up a pretty cool looking position there that will be difficult to break from the left side. Now the right side may be a different story. Get in there and start to deal damage to drones. It's going to be frustrating to deal with, but if Zealots come around that left side and you've got a couple of Sunkens behind that wall, it's going to be a nightmare to get in there as a Protoss and deal with that. I think you're also going to be able to hit low ground Dragoons from the high ground with your Sunken if it's right up against that wall. Ooh, just looks like just barely not. I'm thinking of the range of the Sunken correctly here. That's quite a few Zealots thinking about moving out here. +1 should be done in just a moment. That speed should be finishing up here very soon as well. The first Scourge going into the main, gonna check things out. We'll find a very normal looking build coming out of Snow. The Gateway Explosion coming down at just about 7 minutes. A cannon in the main has been forced as well. And Queen is going to be happy about that because he's just going straight into Hydralisk. No Mutalisk attack will be sent across the map from Queen. At least not yet. But he's forced Snow to build a cannon instead of an extra gateway. So he should be feeling good there. The Corsairs are still being incremented out here. 3 are on the map. We may have missed one getting picked off, actually, because Snow is being incredibly defensive here with his Corsairs. I don't know if he's killed any Overlords so far. +1 is now done, and speed is ready to go. So, guys, the mid-game is here. It's time for Snow to begin harassment, trying to attack with these Zealots. He's waiting, looks like, for a run-by of the Zerglings. 2 cannons are in the natural, though, and a Templar. I wonder if he can get anything done if he tries to run in here. Been waiting a long time. Now is probably the moment for Queen to try to run in with those Zerglings, but he hasn't moved them just yet. They're still sitting over on that right-hand side. Maybe he just wants to deny a third base, a potential third base from the Protoss player. Here they come now. He's running forward. Yeah, he picks off... No, I thought that was a probe, but this is just a DT. DT with 4 kills. All these Lings going to be forfeit here unless he notices in the next few seconds. 3 Lings managed to survive. 7 kill DT already. A pretty sweet DT. Killing off those Lings, definitely worth it. A bunch of Zealots are going to slip by here. But Queen wants to push in towards this natural. There's only 2 Templar ready with Storm. If they even have that Storm researched yet, he's going to run forward with a few Hydras, bait that Storm out. The majority of the Hydras going to sit here in the back and hit this gateway. Running forward now. Can he actually pick off this Templar? No. Templar, Storm, lands on a bunch of these Hydras, and now the Hydras are routed. The Zerg army has to retreat here up to the ramp. Going to be a good position, but both the Overlords fall. DTs will be so useful now. These Zealots trying to run up this tiny little ramp is not a good idea. More Hydras arrive as well, and Snow is about to be pushed back into his main. Where are the Overlords, though? As long as Snow can continue to pick off Overlords as they're coming across the map, he can definitely hold here with the DT.
He's just sort of patrolling back and forth, trying his best to prevent those overlords from making it over here. There's an overlord. Manages to get that one. Where's the other overlord going to be coming from? The left-hand side of the map. Snow will not be able to stop this one, but has he bought enough time here for the next few Templars to pop out? This is crazy amounts of damage with this DT. Nice pick off on this Templar. There's only one Templar left. He almost kills his own DT there with the Storm, and then finally the DT does go down. The hero DT falls there, and there's only a few Zealots left. A couple of cannons are being built. That first cannon went down so fast. You can see another round of Zealots coming forward. Zealots coming from the back as well. A bit of a pincer maneuver here as Snow fights desperately to stay alive. He's going to jump on top of these Hydras and barely manages to shove them back. Now Queen is in a rough spot here. +1 armor is done. Oh no, these Hydras on the ramp. They've been completely forgotten. If those Hydras were with that army, I think that Queen could have just broken him here. Oh, that's so painful. Oh man, that really sucks for Queen. He does have those units. I mean, they're not just forfeit. They're gonna be able to come out here and fight still, but not having those during that critical moment is so painful. Looks like he manages to pick off that 4th base drone. He catches the Zealots though. Ouch. Those Zealots all going down. There's some lurkers being produced as well. A bunch of overlords over here. No, just going to town, picking them off. Those overlords were brought up to deal with that DT, but just end up being sacrificial here. And now Queen doesn't have the money to snag his 4th base. He can't actually build overlords and snag that base. Okay, he's got the base going and putting overlords in production now. Oh, actually, he had a few already in production. They popped out. Now he's no longer supply blocked. What does he have back at home to defend this 4th, though? Nothing so far. The Zealots are going to pick that off. Ooh, Queen being forced into a really tough position here where he kind of has to make a choice. Either come back here and save a 4th base, try to get a 4th base up, or try to break Snow right here, right now. Nice wall in with the lurker eggs. Gonna keep that alive. This is such a good position. Look at the building placement here from Queen. It is beautiful, but are there enough Hydras here to deal with these Corsairs? So many Overlords are going to go down here. This is a crazy number of Overlord kills if he manages to pick these off. I can't believe Queen is not moving his units right now. He's not controlling his Overlords. So many are going down. Oh, 111 of 94. That could have been even worse. But Queen manages to save some of his overlords at least. Now moving out with Dragoon and Templar. I think Snow breaks this here. It's going to be a desperate struggle. 2 Templar go down. And there's still 5 lurkers left over. These Zealots cannot shove forward. There's no overlord here though. This DT changes the numbers so much. With the DT there, he can just focus and kill off these lurkers. He actually pushes past the lurkers and routes these Hydras on the left side. Very nice play by Snow. Now he can swing back around and pick off those lurkers. Looks like they're retreating onto the high ground. Gonna at least deny a base up on that 4th location. Oh, here comes the storm. Another burrow here. Actually kills one of his own Dragoons, but the Hydras are coming in from behind. These Dragoons are stuck on high ground. There's no storm. Okay, there's 1 storm left, but the army is split in half. Queen can try to fight 1/2 of this army. He's actually got a flanking force as well. Can he pick off the right Templar? No, that storm on the right-hand side is so big. That was a huge storm. Lurkers running forward here. Hydras on both sides. It's so incredibly chaotic right now, but I think that Queen is going to have to retreat once again. He does have a 4th base on the way, so he's not completely out of this with this attack failing, but it's getting rough here for the Zerg player. Snow has his third. He can now secure his fourth after pushing everything back. And Queen, I mean, he's building a ton of lurkers in the middle of the map. He's trying his best to end the game right here, right now, squeeze the Protoss player off of this third base, and then force him out of the game just through lack of overall mineral patches, I think. The main and natural are starting to run out. Two-pronged attack could be deadly here. There's only one Templar, but Dragoons on high ground are very strong. There's a second Templar moving out into the rally point here. Good. It would be great if Queen could pick off a couple of these just before this attack. It might actually change the battle completely. He's running forward right now. He's going to go after this Templar, but it gets a great storm, and a great storm on the right-hand side too, almost executing these lurkers right as they run forward. And a couple more Templars pop just at the right time here. Some of the Hydras moving through the army of Snow there, just getting massacred. Now it's the final battle here, it looks like. Storms on all of these units. Snow holding off easily against what Queen's brought forward. Queen hasn't populated his fourth base at all here. He's not mining even with a single drone, forcing everything to build Hydralisks. Completely focused on killing this base. This is all that he has in his mind right now. All of his rallies, you can see, are sent directly across the map. He hasn't forgotten any Hydras back at home. This is everything he has. He's trying his best to fight against these Archons, Dragoons, and Zealots that are left over from this army. He hasn't allowed Snow to really build up a big count of Templar and Storm, but he's just got nothing left here. No drones on that base. You can see he is still mining healthily. He's going to move some of these drones from the main, at least, to that fourth, so he can continue producing here. But man, oh man, this is a scrappy game. Just like in that last one with Snow versus Barracks, where Snow was just all over Barracks the entire game, not allowing him a moment to breathe. I feel like the roles here are reversed. Queen now on the aggression, non-stop trying to finish off Snow here. BT out on the map. The fourth base is going down. If this fourth base gets secured, I think there's really no hope here for Queen. He hasn't snagged a base down the bottom left. All he's been doing is producing Hydra and trying to end things. Now, he is backing up. He does have a fair group of Hydra in the natural. Does he snag a fourth base now, or is he just getting his control groups together, building his lurkers, and going for another attempt at the final blow? Snow has mined out in his natural and his main. He's only mining for the next few minutes off of his third base as this fourth base finishes up here. So it's up to Queen. Can he actually break this, or will the game end in another Protoss victory? He's going to try his best here. All of the Hydras are on the right-hand side. I'm not sure if he's going to pincer attack this. He's building some lurkers. He's getting ready for this final push. His supply, just 30 supply behind his opponent. Coming up this ramp might be actually suicidal. I'm not sure if Queen is going to want to go up that ramp, because many a game of Zerg versus Protoss has been lost trying to get up the ramp in that 12 o'clock position. Running in here, gets a couple of kills on drones. I don't think that really matters that much, because Queen is all in, man. He's just going for it here. If this doesn't work, Snow is going to win this game. So killing off a couple of drones doesn't really make that much of a difference here. Trying to bait out some storms here. Snow in really nice position with these Dragoons and Templar, just slowly pushing everything back. Getting those storms off. Oh, good dodge by Queen. Looked like he was going to try and dive on that Templar, but he pulls back at the last second. How many Templars are left? He's running forward with the Hydras. Does eat a pretty decent storm there, about 4 kills on Hydras. He's ready to attack from the south as well. This army getting pretty huge. The number of lurkers has been growing steadily here, but the number of Templar is going up quickly as well, and Snow is mining off of that 12 o'clock now fully. He's ready to take this fight. There's no lurkers on the left-hand side. That's where Snow's keeping the majority of his zealots, so they're going to do very well from that angle. Queen going to try and make it crazy here. He's sending lurkers on the right-hand side, trying to break up this ramp. Again, this is where a lot of Zerg versus Protoss games have been lost, is fighting through these tiny chokes. He's finally going to run forward here with some of these Hydras, try to split up the forces here. He's got quite a few lurkers. Nice dodge on the Storm. Another Storm does go down, gets a couple of lurkers here though, and Queen is just forcing it through, man. Can he actually break it here? Snow doesn't have too many storms left over, I guess. Nice run forward there, but another storm cleaning up the majority of those Hydras. Wow, the storms are so good. Lurker's gonna rush forward here. There's another round of Dragoons in the back. I think that Snow can bring his Zealots forward and Dragoons and clean this up, but another wave of Lurkers running up too. Gonna force these Zealots back. Hydras have to come up once again to fight with the Dragoons and support these Lurkers. Oh man, it's so close here. There's no storms left over. The Hydra number is pretty good. He's still just rallying forward here as many as he can. Those, oh man, those lurkers on the right hand side over by that ramp really hurting Queen here. He finally brings them forward. They really should have been part of that main attack. There's one more storm. This storm could be huge. Storm from the high ground as well, wrecking this army, and I think that's all she wrote, man. So no, holds him off. GG is called. Queen taps out. Snow with a second victory here. Wow, what a hold, what a game from our Protoss hero. Dude, this guy is so good. He showed that he can be incredibly aggressive and he can be super defensive. He's great in both situations. How do you beat him? Let's find out. It's either light or rush next. Jump into game number 3. Well, that was a great game. Snow versus Queen was a lot of fun. I'm surprised that Queen seems so afraid to take the game late there versus Snow. I feel like he was in a decent spot and he just wanted to end the game, and he just wanted to go for it, try to finish things off. A little bit disappointing. It's always fun to watch a huge PVZ on a map like Polypoid get to late game, get defilers out, lings, all that good stuff. Of course, the Protoss eventually will get into Reavers and tons of Archons and everything. Maybe that's why Queen did not want to go into the late game, because Snow is just so good with Reavers. But there's always ways around that, man. There's always ways to fight whatever your opponent can pull out, even if it feels bloody broken and impossible. It's not. I promise you, there's a way to deal with it that a pro gamer has figured out, and that may be impossible to copy for you, but they can make it happen. And now we've got Light here going up against Snow. We'll see if he can break the streak. He's got this nice little wall in there. Will push back this first Zealot. Doesn't even take a single hit on one of his Marines, so those Marines gonna be ready for this fight. Maybe gonna spur Light into making some sort of early attack. No, he's actually got the command center down. I missed that. The Nexus is on the way as well, and a robotics facility coming. I believe that's robotics before range. So Snow not planning to deal any damage to this bunker. Will just be getting out his Reaver as quickly as possible. Yeah, that's not spinning the Robo just a little bit too quick for the range to come out first. But this is going to give him a possible timing window here where Light will not be quite ready yet for a shuttle flying in, and a Reaver will be present. So let's see how this turns out for Snow. He's got a Dragoon in the front here. He needs to prevent Light from getting in with the SCV and actually spotting this out, because if he does, I mean, the whole strategy goes out the window here, because we're really hoping that Light doesn't know that this is actually coming, that his turrets are just a little bit late. Ooh, Starport. I think that this is a great play from Light. He's going to get a Wraith out early. He knows that Snow is in love with Reaver play. It's just what he does. So getting a Starport here makes a lot of sense. He's got the early command center, so he's got the income to do it. Might as well throw that down. He's probably going to start out here with some vultures then, because his economy, his money is just going to be a little bit low to start pumping out the tanks right away, right off the bat. And he sees there's not really much pressure at his front anyway, so not really necessary to build that early tank. Going for control tower. Okay, okay. Control tower. I guess he wants to go for drop. I think Wraith in this situation would be way better, but of course, that is with perfect information. Light does not have that perfect information, but he will soon. Look at that, flying in with the SCV, gliding past all of the defenses here. He gets into the main, sees exactly what's coming. I think as soon as his control tower is done, he just starts a Wraith. The Wraith may be a little bit late, but it's better than not building it at all, because it's going to be so useful here with this shuttle out on the map. Now, Snow is starting to deal some damage in the front. The lack of tank is starting to hurt Light here. He does finally pop one out, but he's being pretty aggressive with it. There's only 3 Dragoons here, so we'll take 3 shots to kill that tank. But, yeah. Guess a lot going on the map. Snow didn't really pick up on that. He didn't see that the tank was in a vulnerable position, but a dropship is already out on the map here. I'm surprised that that Light didn't want to go for a Wraith instead of drop, but he is going to get that drop in. He's going to try and deal as much damage as he can. Snow is being pretty defensive here. He's got Dragoons all set up. He did spot that this drop was coming. He saw that the Starport had the control tower on as a dead giveaway, so he's already prepared. He's not going to be taking any damage here. And Light just going to have to back off, maybe drop those vultures out on the map, just throw down some mines if they've got any left, and focus on his things. At least he's got the pressure off of himself, I guess. Snow is just sitting back at home, waiting, hoping that he can catch this dropship, and he might actually do so. Ooh, the drop, the drop, the drop. He's going for it. Starting to focus that down. No, he doesn't get the dropship. It will manage to escape. He gets a consolation prize, 1 single vulture being picked off. That's nice. And he can clear that 4th base out as well. Can take that pretty soon. We are on Allegro, by the way. It's starting to matter now. The high ground in the middle of the map is a very strong position for Terran. If he manages to push out and get onto that high ground, he can set himself up for a nice push into the Protoss natural. It's very hard to dislodge a Terran player from that location. It's a little bit far from the 3rd and 4th base. You can't shell the 3rd base from that high ground, but you can set yourself up to make it extremely difficult for the Protoss to move at all. If you get this high ground right in the middle of the screen there, that's going to really cut off the Protoss's ability to move around the map. So Snow's not going to want to let him get that position, and if he does get that position, he's going to want to break him immediately. Here's a run by into the 3rd base, going to grab a few probes. 1 more. Nicely done. About 4 probes going down. Not too bad for 2 vultures that have already been used up in terms of their mines, and he does pick off the observer. That's nice. With the Wraith, 2 shuttles coming towards the natural, though. 2 shuttles. Is he going to try and break this? 2 shuttles is pretty darn strong. He's going to come in and drop, it looks like in the main. Nope, falls back right away. 2 speed shuttles with possibly full of zealots and reavers. So Light has to be very careful about taking his third here. The third not nearly as difficult to take as some maps that are in the meta right now, like Eclipse. The third is much closer. It's more of a kind of similar to a polypoid, except the third base is not on high ground, so maybe a little bit easier to attack, but not as easy to defend. Light can also fire from the high ground here, set up some tanks on that high ground along with some turrets. He's taking his time here, taking his sweet time, slowly pushing out. You do not want to get broken here. And with those 2 shuttles, you know that it's possibility. Whoa, double robo. Double robo before the Citadel, so he's got no speed. No zealot speed to speak of. Oh! Ooh, okay, he keeps that Reaver alive. Would have been very uncharacteristic of Shuttle if he lost that. 4 shuttles now popping out here to assist with this attack. Can he break Light as he's pushing forward here? He loses a Dragoon right off the bat, but he's gonna fly in and start to drop a ton of Zealots, Dragoons, and Reavers finally coming out here. Nice focus fire from Light. Just crushes that Reaver instantly. And Snow dropping all of his stuff in the middle there didn't really work out very well. Light just massacred every single unit as it popped out of the shuttles there. And Snow just going to go ahead and grab a 4th base. He's not going to be able to prevent this from going down. He's going to try his best to deal some damage to his command center. Maybe just slow it down a little bit. But Light has this in the bag now. The shuttles are it's very hard to control 4 shuttles, and we saw how difficult it was right there with the 4 that flew in. Hardly any damage was done by those shuttles. So Snow, I don't know if he wants to continue with this, if he wants to continue to make a ton of shuttles and try to break again, or if he's going to fall back a little bit and play a little more defensively. Ooh, he's losing a ton of probes here. Light is taking control of this game, man. He is ahead in supply. He's got his 3rd base set, and if I know Light, man, he's going to be snagging a 4th here really quick. With that advantage, he loves to take more advantages. This 4th base has no probes at it. I don't know why Snow hasn't had the confidence to send more probes down there. Maybe he just forgot, but there are vultures out on the field as well, so you got to be careful. Now finally transferring some probes over to that location. He's setting up a 5th base as well down in the bottom right. I doubt that Light will allow that to happen. He's getting dangerously high in supply right now. He is about to, I think, take a 4th base. I think that Snow is kind of gambling a little bit right now. His army supply is really small, but the way that that Light plays, man, is such that, and yeah, that was completely deflected. Easy defense there from Light, but the way that Light plays is he doesn't like to end games that early. Ooh, more probe kills here in the main as well. This Reaver just doing nothing. Cannon being forced to deal with all of the vultures here. This dropship's done a lot throughout the game. Does return back to the natural for another pickup and continue to deal damage throughout, but I feel like Light could absolutely just move forward and end the game right now against Snow. He's 20 supply ahead, man. 20 supply, and his army is looking way nicer. But I think Snow's just taking a gamble. He's like, okay, you're not going to attack me. You're not going to end the game. You're not going to take that risk. So instead, I'm just going to take I'm going to take a huge risk. I'm going to gamble everything that you're not going to attack me yet. And I'm going to take 4 more bases. He's snagging, well, he's snagged at least 2 more bases so far down in the bottom right. I don't know if he's going to take any more, but he's just ramping it up into the very late stages of the game and hoping that Light doesn't unsiege everything and just walk across the map, because there are not enough zealots. There are not enough shuttles. I think Snow has kind of stalled production here for a while he ramps up, trying to deal some damage with the Reavers, but the majority of his attention is on just doing his best to try and get these extra bases up here and get that production really rolling. Light is on his 4th base now. That's where he feels comfortable, and that's where a push will probably come from Light. Once the 4 bases are established and the army is reaching near 180 supply, that's kind of when he would like to get that push going, but not before. And I think that Snow is doing the best he can. He's trying everything to get himself back in. Whoa, did that Scarab just go across the Nexus? That is ridiculous. Sometimes the Scarab won't even go, like, through a mineral field or over a mineral field, but that Scarab just went really, like, over the Nexus. That is crazy. Killed a whole bunch of vultures there. I call shenanigans, but the game does go on. That weird stuff. Like, imagine a Scarab going over a command center and killing a bunch of SCVs. That just never happens, right? But somehow it flew over the Nexus. Now some more vultures running here into the 4th base. Best tool ever for stopping this, though. The Reavers just clean those up so quick. Good reaction time by Snow there. His economy is getting big, and he's finally retaken the supply advantage. So Snow has kind of fixed his position here just by taking gambles. Like, if he was going up against Artemis right now, he would be enraged at the moment about all the Protoss gambling. Snow was like minutes away from literally dying there, and this gambling Protoss just decided that he wasn't going to attack and took 2-3 more bases. So this is going to be a real game now. Light, he's weighted himself into a corner. He's weighted himself into a position where he could actually lose this game now. I don't think that was true just minutes ago. Ooh, shuttle gets picked off there. A tank and a couple of vultures get thrown down, but not going to stay for long. Going to instead try to take out this base down in the bottom right-hand corner. I don't know what Snow has to deal with this. He needs a couple of Reavers in a shuttle to come down here and just pick this off. That would be optimal. But for now, just gonna start to lose HP on this Nexus. That's super annoying. You might actually kill that. That would be ridiculous. +2 is done. So Light going to unsiege everything and finally start to move across the map now that he's reached 200 supply. This is the way he loves to play. Can't blame him for it. He's very, very good at it. He's starting to push through the middle, and he's going to try and secure that area, but his army is a bit split here, and the Reaver shots are so good. Reavers killing a ton of tanks there, and these Reavers are going to pick off a lot of vultures and Goliaths if they can. Yeah, really good control. Kill a few more Goliaths. Ooh, he loses the shuttle. I don't know why there was a D-Matrix thrown down on that science vessel, but whatever. He throws it down. Keeps those units alive. He's still pushing through the middle here, but big storm. Holy crap, those storms, though. Wow. Oh my god, those storms were so good. Snow just turning the tide of that battle. Now look at the supply. Snow actually ahead here. He's got a good sizable bank. He's just firing out zealots like crazy from 2 different locations, down in the bottom right and up here in his main. Pulling the probes, he's just going to send those to another location. He doesn't mind losing this base now. It's just a mineral only that's nearly mined out, I think. Yeah, getting kind of low here. Send those probes down to the bottom right-hand corner where they can be optimally utilized, running forward with the zealots. There's not a lot of vultures here, but these unsieged tanks just smashing through that low number of zealots. and pushing forward onto that base. Now Light exceeding the supply of his opponent, going to finally finish off one of these bases. Snow in desperate straits here. Can he actually defend this army? Can he beat this army? This is so many tanks on this high ground. It is crazy how many tanks we've got here. Snow is trying to remax once again and take a good fight. But how do you take good fights against an army such as this? It is so tough. You really need good shuttle placement. You need amazing storms as well to clean up groups of tanks. Like, this is a pretty big group of tanks right there. You really need to be in, I think, a defensive position, just continuously running away from the Terran as they move forward. Throw down the storms on the attacking Terran forces and try to blanket those as much as possible. DT's down here in the bottom left-hand corner. Light is about to split the map, and if that happens, I think Snow may end up getting crushed here. The lack of arbiters in this game means that breaking the bottom left will be near impossible once Light has it set up with his turrets, with his tanks. Like, how do you get down there? You can't just throw shuttles at that endlessly and try to break. He is going to come in here, try to get a Reaver or something, maybe a Storm off. Oh, double Reaver drop. Can he actually get some good hits here? Looks like he's going to get a couple, but his shuttle gets picked off immediately by that Wraith, and not much damage gets done in the end. Snow is pushed away, and that bottom left is being snagged by Light. Can he actually get his shit together, get all of his army out here, and take a good fight? Light is pushing through the middle of the map. Now is probably the time. A ton of zealots are just sitting here in the bottom right-hand corner. That is unfortunate. You could really use that army to try and break these tanks. You need so many zealots to get through there. There's just a ton of tanking that needs to happen more. The storms are thrown out, but the EMP was amazing, blocking out those storms, killing off a ton of these Templar. And now Light just closing the noose here, crushing this army and pushing him off the high ground. Snow is split from the top right rallies and the bottom right rallies, but this is kind of the situation you want as Protoss. You want the Terran to move into this middle area so you can hit from both sides. You can hit from the bottom and the top. You can try to crush this army. Can he get in here, though? That's quite a few Goliaths, really denying these shuttles from coming in and dropping their zealots on these tanks. Snow deciding to move southward. He's going to take this fight. Can he actually win here? There's a big storm that could come out. Templar. Oh, he's got no energy. Shoves everything back. Tanks just ruthlessly pushing forward, just crushing through this Protoss army. More micro being done by Snow, trying to get some damage on the other side of the map with that drop there, but his army gets completely wiped. Some more SCVs could get picked off, but this Wraith is going to do a lot to push these back. Good pulling away there with the SCVs. Going to keep those alive. A Reaver here in the main. Can he get this shot? Oh, that's so disappointing. No way. Okay, a big switch here into Carrier. I didn't notice this. I guess I was paying too much attention to the battles on the map. I didn't notice the Carrier transition, but I think it's too late. Carriers are just now coming out. Light has the bottom left completely locked down. He can continue to produce insane numbers of Goliaths and rally them up to this position. I don't think that Snow can break this. He's got two Carriers with some interceptors, and there's just insane rallies coming across the map from Light. You can see the just stream of blue heading down here. Tanks are being sent to each location where there is a enemy nexus. Just pick those off, prevent any further mining here by Light. He's gonna get these tanks, it looks like. Nice positioning with the Reaver. Should be able to pick off these tanks and save this nexus, but I mean, both the Both of these starports have been picked off. It was unfortunate positioning with the starports because now he just can't produce any more carriers. I mean, he's got 3. He's potentially going to pop up out a 4th here out of this one remaining starport, but it would be so much better if he had another 2 coming out, could get up to that 5-6 count carriers that is so deadly. It's going to take forever now to get to that number of carriers, though, and Light should be able to overwhelm with Goliath, of course, fighting from the low ground. Never a good situation, especially with tanks trying to stand in the way here. Tanks are just running forward into the base. He's going to try to kill that Nexus, it looks like, with the tanks. Just kill off as many as he can. And as many probes as he can. As many, if he can get this Nexus, that would be huge. GG. Snow finally does tap out. His streak has ended, and Light takes a victory for the Terrans. Wow, that was a lot harder than it, I think, had to be. Light just not wanting to attack during that mid game allowed Snow to almost make a comeback. I feel like if he had just built some Stargates down in the bottom right or hid them somewhere on the map and taken those 2 extra bases, maybe he could have transitioned a little faster and made carriers before that comes out, but before Light finally decides to attack. But it didn't end up working out. Even if those, I mean, even if those starports had maybe been in a better position, he could have held that off possibly. It was close, man. It was very, very close, but he does get eliminated. We're going to go on to another, or a new, I guess we haven't had one yet, Terran versus Zerg game. It's either going to be Soma or Hero, guys. That's coming up. Game number 4. All right, it does not stop. We are right on to our next game. Hero versus Light. It is cross map once again. Nice. We should be getting a good long game here. Light and Hero, both known for their macro play. Both very confident in the late game. And we're here on Revolver, a huge map, plenty of bases to take. And a cross map position. Everything is lined up here for a 30-minute game. I hope we get a great one here. Love to watch Zerg versus Terran in the late game. It's just so much fun. Especially if we have an SKT style game with Ultra. It's just so cool. I also really enjoy watching Defiler play, and Met can be fun as well. But there's just something about that, like, old style SK Terran versus late game Zerg going Ultra. That's just so nostalgic for me. One of my favorite games of all time was Flash versus Jaedong in the OSL final. Was it OSL or MSL finals? Was a hilarious game where they were going back and forth for so long. It was so incredibly epic, and the game crashed, and the KESPA judges ended up awarding the win, I think, to Flash, but it was so freaking close, man. I couldn't believe that they ended up just awarding the game, but instead of just restarting or something like that. But was such an epic game. I love those old school Flash and Jaedong games. There's just something about watching those two players in ZVT back in the day that was mesmerizing. Anyway, I think that this might be one of those matchups that'll stand the test of time here. Light versus Hero, an amazing matchup as well. Two incredibly strong late game players. Both of them with macro and micro just out of this world. So we should be anticipating a great game here so far. Light is getting his nice little wall in there. You can only get this wall on Revolver. Get that high ground wall in. pretty sick. Only have one entrance to your base then. That is the tiny little ramp at the side of your natural. So Light going to be feeling good with that wall in prepared. He's only built a single Marine. Of course, Hero skimping equally hard as only 2 Lings out on the map. So neither player doing anything aggressive here to start things out. Just blocking their opponents from scouting. And skimping as hard as they can, trying to get their bases out as quickly as possible. Hero is taking a hatchery in the main and macro hatch, totally expected here of this Zerg player. Wants to get himself into a good macro position. Not going to go for anything like a 2 hatch meter or something, low econ game. He wants to get his econ rolling good and strong here before he takes any fights. Does not care if Light has a good opener. Just wants to play it out. Get into a 3rd base quickly. Get a nice macro position. Light has a couple of medics popping here. May want to put on a little bit of pressure. Might force Hero. It is a long rush distance, but he might actually force Hero to build a sunken or 2 here. Yeah, it looks like 2 sunken's going to be thrown down in the natural. I'm not sure if these are in optimal position. Generally, you want a wall of sunken colonies, and those sunkens are a little bit kind of what do you call stacked? No, staggered in the front there, which is not optimal for fighting against Marines. But he was thinking that the Marines were going to come straight across the map and go for that small choke, so that's why they are placed in that direction. Fortunately, Light goes around the other side, but it's fine. He is pushed back by the 2 sunkens, and Light is going to be happy with that. Just forcing the 2 sunkens out, that's enough. You can go ahead and head back home. Wait and prepare for the Mutalisk that will inevitably be birthed here on the Zerg side of things. 7 mutas popping out immediately. Gonna be popping up to 9 or up to 11 mutas very shortly here. It looks like, I think, a drone headed to the top right hand corner, and Light just picked it off. I'm not 100% sure on that, but maybe it was a Ling. I think it was possibly a drone though, and that can be very annoying, slowing down that base. Looks like Hero gonna send some Lings up to that top right now to deal with that Marine and hopefully get the base established. 1 turret being picked off here. Those 8 mutas doing their work. Harassing the Terran player here as he macros up. Gonna come over and target SCVs on that lower mineral patch. One-shotting those. Oh, he just lost 2 mutas there. Hold on. That's not good. Light doing a good job defending there. He's lost quite a few SCVs, but within acceptable limits. Looks like a Firebat gets a kill in the bottom right-hand corner, preventing Hero from getting a base. And look at this, another Firebat here. Oh man, Light is delaying this 3rd by so much. That's super frustrating for our Zerg player. Finally does pick that off, and now he will be able to secure the 3rd. But has the delay been too long? Hero has not been harassing here in the 3rd very much, or in the natural very much, while this has all been going on. He is going to kill off quite a few Marines in the main. He could have actually dove on top of those Marines, but he decides against it. Has 11 mutas now ready and starting to transition into that Queen's Nest hive. Wants to take things into the next stage of the game. Gotta get Defilers out. As he takes this 3rd, though, the gas is going to be quite late. A lot of drones kind of sitting idly in the natural. Got to get those to work. We'll send a few back into the main. The rest Got a mine in the natural, but he's oversaturated now for Zerg. He needs that third base out. Transfer the workers to that fresh base so he can get optimal saturation. And of course, that third gas, as ever, very, very important in this matchup. Especially if you're trying to get into a hive play. There's so many different upgrades that you need to research. The lurker upgrade, you need to build hydras, the hydra den. You have to pay for the hive, of course. Then you have to pay for the defiler's nest. You have to pay for the consume upgrade, possibly the plague upgrade as well. It's just so much gas that's not going to be dumped into units. You absolutely need that third gas, and he will finally secure it up in the top right. Still keeping light back. Lurkers on that high ground. Very standard stuff from Hero. Not pulling out anything too fancy. He just wants to get the space up and running. This would be a point where another player, someone like Soma, might try to do an attack with lurkers, but Hero, he feels confident taking this into a late game. He wants to deal some damage here, but he also wants to get that third up as quickly as possible. Bunch of Marines headed up towards the top right-hand corner. They're going to be met by lurkers. The entrance has almost been broken here by Hero, but returning Marines will shut that down. Few lurkers going to try, or a few Marines going to try and break this, but lurkers on the ramp, 3 of them in fact, will push that away easily. A Nidus Canal connecting the base in the bottom right-hand corner with that outpost in the top right. Hero quickly getting into defilers now. He has the evolution chamber as well, pumping out those upgrades. He has to get prepared for late game Terran versus Zerg now. He has to be getting those Carapace upgrades so that his ultras can fight against the masses of Marines that are going to be coming out here from light. It's almost time. The time of the Mutalisk has almost ended now. A drop going out on the map and sending it out in the opposite direction of where these Mutalisks are. Mutalisks will shortly be used for drop defense as the science vessels increment out here and gain the energy necessary for that irradiate. These mutas are not going to do too much, so he actually dives on top of some of these Marines. He might even go for the science vessel. No, not able to get that, but this drop is coming in quick, and the mutas are not in position to stop it. Marines on that side maybe can run right past these lurkers and get over here towards this Nexus, or this Nidus, excuse me. One lurker gets unburrowed and sent to the defense. Ling's gonna come through, and a Dark Swarm gets thrown down. Nicely done. I think that this should be an easy hold from here for our Zerg player. That lurker gonna clear things out real nice. Maybe go for the Nidus network here, though. He's found a little location where there's no defense, but finally the mutas do come up. Their last act in this game, able to, oh my god, this D-Matrix play comes in just in time. It's gonna have to consume an egg here to buy a little bit of extra, just a few extra moments here. The Nidus goes down, huge moment as the Nidus gets picked off. Another Dark Swarm does go down, but that D-Matrix Marine standing in the front, oh, he almost gets the science vessel there as well and manages to consume a few more Lings there just to get another Dark Swarm down in position. Looks like another Nidus network is on the way. Still being annoying here. Light trying to get some more damage done with this small group of Marine medic. Oh no, no Dark Swarm here. These Marines can pick off the lurkers on this left-hand side. Oh, reinforcements coming up here. They're getting picked off at the ramp. There are enough units now at the ramp to hold off light for a little bit, but a drop in the main. Oh man, this main drop could actually turn the tide here. This could be the tempo advantage that light needs to finish this one. Oh my god, those Lings just barely not able to pick off the Marines in the third base. And, oh, God, so many Lings are dying here just to pick off these last few Marines. Another drop flying in, but not quick enough. Light not going to be able to pick off that dropship before it unloads its full payload. Fortunately, he does eventually pick that off, and the Lings popping out are enough to deal with the Marines, but a definite tempo advantage here for Light. He's going to use that to leverage a third base here. Hero is just holding on. That's all he's able to do at this moment. He's able to produce defilers, lurkers. That's all he can really get out. Keep on going with those upgrades as well, but he needs to add on additional hatcheries here. He's got to get a fourth base. That is the critical thing that he's going to need right now to keep himself alive in this game. This Nidus cannot be thrown down either. If this Nidus goes down, he might be broken right here. Oh my God. He throws the Dark Swarm down on top of the Marines. Those are going to protect the Marines from these sunken colonies, unfortunately. Sunken colonies are going down rather quickly, and there's not enough here for Hero to be able to hold. He lost the defilers as well, and running into the natural will clean up this base. GG is called. Quite the break in there, but I think the real excellent play from Light was during that drop able to get the D-Matrix Marine up the ramp and break that location. Hero, thinking that that was secure with 3 lurkers at the top of the ramp, just gets wrecked by the D-Matrix Marine, and everything kind of spun out of control after that play. The natural not defended well enough. He manages to break through. Light takes a quick win off of Hero. That could have been a 30-minute game for sure had Hero held on there and gotten that fourth base up, but Light ends things early. Was still an action-packed game. I'm a little disappointed we didn't go to 30 minutes, but hey, still a lot of fun to watch that one. So we're gonna go into game number 5. Gonna be Light versus either Bess or Shuttle. Hang in there, guys. Going into our next game. Okay, here we go on to our next game. It is Shuttle coming out against Light here once again in cross map. How many cross map games are we gonna have? That's a little bit insane. Maybe we had in a row now. I wasn't counting. Guess it's been quite a few. Guys, I just got back from taking a little break here. I was returning some bottles for cash. Yes, that is how broke I am right now. No, I'm not broke, but I am on my grind trying to save up for this trip, man. Doing everything that I can, every little side job I can in order to save up for that trip. And big news, actually, I've got a new job as well. So I told you, I guess, in the last video or the video before that I quit my job working construction. And I am now going to be working for a close friend in the weed industry. Hell yeah. Moving up in the world, guys. I am going to be working with cannabis here in Canada. It is totally legal. And I'm going to be working in a lab doing some cannabis products. So that's very exciting. If you want to check that out, I'm definitely going to post some photos online. Post some photos in... Wow. Light actually pulled that off. I thought for sure he was going to lose that SCV. Oh, I was busy talking about my new job. That is very clutch. Light actually managing to get that kill. He's going to send his SCV back home. It's going to take a lot longer for Shuttle to find his base, his opponent. Look, he's sending his dragon to the bottom right. So things not going so well for Shuttle. But I was going to say, guys, if you want to take a look at my my new job, I'm going to be posting some pictures on patreon.com, and you can check out where I'm working. That's by supporting for just $5 or more per month. It really helps me out. It keeps me interested in coming back every single week and making these videos. It is a lot of work, and the pay is less than stellar. Let's be honest here. I think I'm making currently $120, something like that, per month, and I'm putting out at least 4 videos a month. So that is that's not much in return. I think it's at least 4 or 5 hours per video, so you do the math, guys. If you want to help me out, go over to patreon.com. You can sign up there. You can also sign up for some other rewards as well. If you want to spend more than $5 a month, I can cast your videos, or you could even join me for a cast. That's right, guys. We're going to be having another special guest on pretty soon. I believe he's from Sweden or somewhere. I can't remember exactly. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm excited to do some more co-casting with fans. It's always nice to meet some of you guys. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I do enjoy it. Solo casting is a good time. But it's definitely cool to meet some other Starcraft fans. And yeah. Yeah, I do enjoy it, so look forward to that. If you want to try casting, definitely go and check out the Patreon page. Let's get into this game. I haven't really been paying too much attention here, but Light is, of course, holding off the early ranged upgrade. This is a Protoss player getting that range first before the robotics facility, so able to put on a bit of that pressure. It does cost some mining time here for the SCVs. It also costs some money to do that repair as well. Now, Light is being a little bit dangerous here, trying to step forward with the tank, try to get some damage onto these Dragoons, push them away. He does have the barracks over top of the tank just to make sure that those Dragoons can't easily target that down, but he's still got to be very, very careful here. 4 Vultures running by that early speed before the siege mode upgrade, and I think he should have mines as well. Yeah, he does. He made double armory here, so he's going to be laying mines out all over the map. Shuttle's going to have to be very careful now. These are stranded Dragoons. The observer already on the way over here will arrive in time. Going to try and make a run in on this natural. Not going to end up working out, though. Great play from Shuttle, just keeping everything alive. He's going to pick off all of these vultures except for one, and hasn't lost anything to the mine so far. Really nicely done by Shuttle. Some more mines being thrown out around the map, but Shuttle is all over this with the observers just cleaning out these mines easily, and he even transfers the probes. This is a dangerous transfer, though. The vultures running by here, getting in on these probes, gonna get a few kills. I think 2 or even 3 kills so far, and 1 vulture does escape. So not a bad run by there by Light. I'm not sure if it was worth getting it the early vulture double upgrade and pumping out so many vultures here early, but he went for it. He's now expanding to his 3rd base instantly because he's been able to put on so much pressure onto Shuttle. Oh, I think Shuttle might eat some mines here. Oh, he's walking across the map. No, he does clear those out. Just looking at the mini-map there, he's on his way towards that 3rd base. He could possibly deny that. He's adding on a Stargate, though. So Stargate, I don't think this is for Arbiter. I think this is for Carrier. I didn't see the Templar archives coming up. So Shuttle gonna try and switch into a Carrier play, which plays right into the hands of Light, who is taking a hyper aggressive 3rd base. This is crazy fast at 8 minutes. Generally we see Terran players kind of stuck in their base until at least 9-10 minutes before pushing out to take that, but he is just pushing forward. He snags that base. He's going to start to really pump up the factory count here in another couple of minutes, and I think he will hit a great timing here where he may be able to knock Shuttle out before he hits critical mass in terms of carrier number. About 4 to 6 carriers is where they become really, really useful and hard to beat. A 3rd Stargate on the way. Wow. Shuttle just doubling down here. He's trying to take a fourth as well. He hasn't thrown down that Nexus just yet, but he is looking to do that. Light. Let's see when he scans the main base. When is he going to find out about this tech switch? I think it's going to be in just a few seconds here, and we'll see how he reacts. Is he just going to pump 4 more factories here? He's already at 4, but 4 is not enough to do a full on attack here. He scans. 9 minutes 30. He's already got his third. He's set up here. Does he unsiege an attack? There's not really a whole lot for Shuttle in the front. How many gateways does he actually have? I think it's only 3, 4, maybe even 5, but that is not enough to just go up. Oh man, Light. This is wild play right now. He knows there's no observers in his main base, so he's just going to throw down 3 more starports. Try starport here instead of going for a big old push with a ton of Goliaths. He's just going to fake that type of play, go instantly into mass Wraith, and try to pick off all of these carriers in one fell swoop. This could really screw Shuttle over if he doesn't know this is coming. He can't get in there with the observer right now, so it's a perfect time to do it. You can see he's already researching the Wraith cloak upgrade. He's got 3 gas mining right now, so he can definitely afford this, pumping out a ton of vultures. All he needs to do is build enough Goliaths to make Shuttle think he's going Goliath play, to make him think that he's sticking with ground. And then when the engagement happens, when Light pushes across the map, the moment these carriers engage, pick off all the observers and then go for the kill. 1 observer getting picked off already. That's huge. It doesn't really tell Shuttle much information though. Picking off observers is always pretty good, so he's not going to be tipped off, I think, by that play. Instead, we just have to hope that Shuttle continues to build observers. That's his real hope here, is that he's got observers in the right spot, that he can actually keep his carriers alive. This is quite a bit of damage. Every single probe in that base getting picked off there. That hurts very badly. But in the grand scheme of things, the real important moment has yet to come. When this engagement happens, if these Wraiths can kill all the carriers, that will be the deciding moment. 2 armories spinning away here. About 8 Wraiths should be out by now. There's 5 carriers. 8 Wraiths can rip through carriers incredibly fast. There's an observer heading down towards the south. He's just out of range here. Let's see if he can take this fight. There's one turret here, a bunch of Goliaths coming forward. Where are the Wraiths? They haven't dived in yet. Where are they? I don't see them moving from those starports. He picks off a couple of tanks, couple of Goliaths, and moves away. Okay, we've only got 7 Wraiths right now, so the same number of Wraiths, I think, as carriers. Oh no, there's 5 carriers, 7 Wraiths. How long does Light wait for this play? The more observers there are here, the more difficult it will be to snipe them and take down these carriers. He's waiting for Shuttle to move a little bit out of position. And he's waiting for the right number of Wraiths to be ready. Not sure what that number exactly is. Maybe 10, maybe 12. We'll see. 2 observers with this army. A bit dangerous for Light to fly in right now. Though he can pick off 2 observers very, very quickly. He targets them down immediately after scanning. There's 3 now observers with this army. I think perhaps Shuttle has caught on to what's going on right now. There's 3 observers. Here come the Wraiths now finally moving up into position. Is he ready here? He's gonna scan and see the observers. Going for it now. Going after the observers. He's right-clicked all 3 of them. They're all dead. The Wraiths going to town now on these carriers. 1 more observer does show up. He backs away immediately. I think only 1 carrier went down there. Another carrier is so low. but he had to back away the moment that that next observer showed up. There was no chance to scan quickly and dive on that. Oh man, now the play has been revealed. Shuttle has so many carriers here. He's got 2 more observers with his army as well, and these wraiths don't have a lot of value anymore in this game. Base hidden in the top left-hand corner does get scouted. Another base hidden in the bottom right is about to get scouted as well. Light just preparing to defend his base here in the bottom left, losing some tanks to these carriers. Nice targeting by Shuttle. He does not have the Goliath number to deal with this huge carrier force. Oh, actually stepping a little bit too close and loses a carrier there. But on the left-hand side, the army is just wrecking through what Light has. There's no tanks in range to deal with these Dragoons. So the Dragoons are going to rip these Goliaths apart. The command center being focused down here. Light is going to lose this base and potentially the game's 60 supply deficit right now. Light tried to be sneaky. He tried to go with the Wraith play. He's still trying to go after the carriers and the observers here, but just not going to be able to get it done. Shuttle, man, he's going to take a win off of the ASL champion Light. Ooh, that is rough stuff. Light gonna go down. Feel bad for Terran, man. They certainly haven't had the best season of KCM so far. I think Light he kind of asked for this one, man. He was in a great position before he went for Wraiths. He got that 3rd base super early. He scouted the carriers at the perfect time, just as the first 2 were popping out. He could have thrown down additional factories and gone for a push, but instead he decided to go for this kind of gimmicky play that you usually use when you're actually way behind. When you're a little bit behind, it can be okay to go for Wraiths and just try to get that gotcha moment where you suddenly fly in and kill every single carrier with about 8-10 Wraiths after, of course, wiping out the observers. But that was not this game, man. He did not have to go for this play, and now Shuttle is so far ahead. He's got an 80 supply advantage here. He's got 4. Adding on base number 5, the bases in the top left are not going to survive, and this army is just way too small to fight what Shuttle has. He's going to have Storm here shortly as well. That Storm should be finishing up here momentarily. GG is finally called. Light taps out, and Shuttle is the winner. He's going to be going up against Soma next. Nicely done. Denying that Wraith play. Doing a solid carrier build. Shuttle. He's going to move on. Okay, time for another great game. To be honest, I am so shocked that Shuttle has made it through Light. That is crazy to me. But Light went for a crazy strategy and he got punished for it. Now it is Shuttle versus Soma. Shuttle starting off with a gateway first. We'll see how he does against this. The most aggressive Zerg player we have. This man does not mess around. We'll see what kind of strategy he wants to bring out here. Looks like he wants to take a 12 hatch, but it could end up being blocked. He sees the probe coming in and knows he won't be able to get that hatchery down first. So goes ahead and drops his spawning pool. I go ahead and chase this probe as well. Try to get a little damage on that. He knows this probe is going to be super, super annoying. See the tiny, tiny ramp here on a Metaverse. A artifact of this new map. That is a ramp that never existed pre-Broodwar remastered. It's kind of a new feature. Something that the editors, no, what am I trying to say here? The producers? No. What do you even call them? Game developers? There you go. Game developers put in to the map after the fact when they decided to do remastered, they said, hell, reverse ramps are freaking annoying. So let's go ahead and give the space tile set its own backwards ramp, an up ramp, I guess, or a reverse ramp that makes sense. And I'm sure glad that they did that. This pylon block is getting super annoying here. 500 minerals in the bank for Soma. He still hasn't put down his natural yet. That is crazy. He's actually not bringing his lings down. He's hiding lings. Hold up. He's getting gas as well. He's going to go for speed and possibly a bust. But a zealot is here and he can't get his hatch down. Oh, that's so annoying. At least he might get the consolation prize of taking out one of these zealots. Second zealot does arrive and these lings are on top of him, trying to trade as best that they can. Great pullback there, but Shuttle does focus down that one ling. Kills one ling for the cost of a zealot. Not the greatest trade. And back at home, what does he have? Well, he's got two zealots walking across the map. He should be throwing down that forge any second here because he definitely needs it. The Zerglings are coming up. The speed is on the way. You can see that money has already been spent. These lings are going to try to run by. They will get by over the top here. And getting very, very annoying. 4 lings hitting this gateway. That gateway's going to go down mega fast. He's got to do something here. Shuttle is going to lose this game. If he loses this gateway, he doesn't have any other production facilities here. He's got no cannon. He's getting a good surround. One zealot does go down. And now Shuttle's in so much trouble. One more zealot does pop out. The drones are here as well, but the ling speed is done. You can just bring those other few lings over and actually kill this gateway as well. That would be a huge moment here for some in this game. I don't think another zealot can get out. He's got a few more seconds here before this gateway goes down. He focuses it and gets it down. He goes after the cannon as well. The cannon falls. 3 zealots are left. 2 cannons get thrown down immediately. A Zergling jumps into the main. A few Zerglings do get picked off. And there's only a couple left over. I think Soma's going to transition out of this. He's sending a couple more lings forward. He's going to try to harass this a little bit more. Try to get in the main. Isn't able to do so. He's trapped here behind the mineral patches. Get one more ling. Oh, not one more probe. Oh, one more probe. There you go. 2 probes go down there right at the very end. He targets the low HP probes. These 2 more lings running into the natural. But I think that Shuttle has survived here. Yes, he's managed to pick off the Overlord as well. Oh, painful stuff. You never expect a pro gamer to lose an Overlord to a cannon, but that's what we just saw there. That is so painful for Soma, who is already super low econ. He's got his 3rd base up, but he needs all the advantages he can get right now. Ooh, these lings looking for another probe kill. Can they actually get it? They do have that speed, so they can stay alive in the back here for quite a while. Even against 3 zealots, well, finally, they do get chased down. Soma, his aggression is over. But how has he come out of this? I think Shuttle is in a good spot. You can see he's 10 supply above his opponent. He's sending 4 zealots across the map. He's going to force out a ton of lings here. And a sunken colony as well, which is super annoying to build at this point. Soma doesn't really have any lings. Hopefully a bunch of lings are just about to pop out because he needs them so badly right now. He's going to focus on some of these drones. Focus on this sunken colony as well. 2 drones go down immediately. Here come the lings from the main and the natural, but they are so few in number. That sunken colony does finally pop out. It's got 70 HP. It is going to get focused down. Ooh, it does die, and 2 zealots remain. A few more lings should be popping out here momentarily. What the heck? Another Overlord went down? How did the Overlord die? Oh my god, he lost another Overlord. That is so bad. That is so bad. He must have had a rally coming across the map and Overlord flew into those 2 cannons. That is crazy bad. I mean, you just never see that. A pro gamer loses 2 Overlords to cannons in the Protoss main. That is unbelievable. One more Zealot out on the map here. He's headed over towards the 3rd base. He will get caught up with by these lings, but the economy of Soma has been massively hiccuped here. He is in serious trouble. Looks like he is going to be able to pick off this Zealot with only one loss of Ling. Building Mutas now. This might be the saving grace for someone. Maybe he can get in here and deal some real damage. There's one Corsair out on the map. It's just going to go directly after this Overlord, and he should end up losing it to this Scourge. Here we go. Oh my god, flew right through there. But it is trapped on the wrong side of the map, and these Mutas coming into the main are going to be such a problem. He's already picking off a bunch of probes here, just focusing them down. A cannon should be finishing up soon, I think. No, that's a pylon. Uh-oh. Soma is taking complete control of this game now. He's just going to go after this pylon. There's nothing that Shuttle can do about it. He's going to be forced onto one base. And a Sunken is already coming up, and he doesn't have a cannon here. This cannon will end up getting focused down. There's Mutas back at home. Has Shuttle thrown this game? I think maybe he has. Not expecting the transition into Mutas. That is rough stuff. He also tried to right-click his Zealots into the main, and they just wandered around for so long that the Sunken Colony picks them all off. He doesn't get any kills on these drones. Okay, one drone maybe went down there. This other Zealot also just right-clicked into the main, loses his life. Oh man, Shuttle is so far ahead now. He's at 44 supply to 45. He's gonna run down this Corsair as well, and the Corsair number is never going to catch up now. There's no way for Shuttle to take air dominance at this point. One Mutalisk is going to chase that down. He's got a low health Mutalisk. That, I don't know. That Corsair actually might get to a position where it has enough shields to turn and fight that. That would be pretty funny, but he's flying back in here towards the main. Here are the Corsairs. I mean, this micro feels unnecessary. Just split your Mutas, man. Split your Mutas and fight this Corsair. You're taking more damage than you need to right now, but he goes ahead, flies through, kills a Corsair and a couple of probes, and just backs on out, still blocking his drones here in the main. So drones are just kind of hanging out, spinning around, you know, not really doing their job, but at least they're having fun. You can tell because they're doing a pirouette. How do you say that word? Pirouette? No. How does? What is that? What is that? I don't even know. Pirouette. I think that's the right term for the ballet move. Ooh, nice pick off there. A Scourge hidden among the Mutas actually picks one off. Look at these drones still just dancing away here in the main base. I think there's 3 or even 4 now there, but Soma is so busy using his stellar micro with the Mutalisk to even notice. I guess his screen never really goes here because he's got his screens hotkeyed to his base. F2, F3, F4. If you've never heard of that move before, you can hotkey your screen to different locations on the map just by hitting Shift and either F2, F3, or F4. It's absolutely necessary in order to play Starcraft at a high level. You need to use those hotkeys as well. Don't let anyone tell you any different. That's how some of these players are able to move their workers from their main to their natural so quickly. They just F2 to their main, select as many workers as they can, F3, right click on a mineral patch at their natural, F2, F3, F2, F3, repeat until they can get all of their probes or drones to move out of the way. And that's how you survive any sort of harassment, whether it be Reavers or Templar or Vultures or whatever. You need those hotkeys. So looks like Soma gonna fly in here once again towards the main. Only one cannon here, a full group of Mutas. Gonna kill this cannon very, very easily. Corsairs are, or excuse me, Scourge are pushing away the Corsairs. Those Scourge being present, meaning you just can't really engage here. That's a lot of Dragoons though, and taking a lot of fire here. Good microing away. Shuttle keeps all of his Corsairs alive and keeps the majority of his What? Oh my god. Do we actually have 7 drones in the main? That is insanity. Insanity. That those Zerglings that managed to block the
Zealots out of the main. They were amazing, but they've actually cost Soma more than they helped him earlier in this game. Like, that is so much lost mining time. It is crazy. Now, Soma's still here trying to deal some damage. There are a ton of Dragoons headed towards this natural. They're going to start to pick off one of these structures. The hatchery in the front is under fire. That is going to go down very, very quickly. Dragoons really are the counter to the sunken colony as well. They can focus sunken colonies super quick. Finally, these drones are going to get back to work. That is crazy that someone's just noticing that now. I think at least 5 minutes has gone by since that's been happening. And Dragoons are running forward now. They're going to start to focus down these sunken colonies. Look at that, a 2-hit on those Dragoons, just massacring, excuse me, the sunken colony there. This Corsair is going to end up falling. Oh, Archon comes up and focuses down the Mutas, and Shuttle gonna shove through here against Soma. Soma just not able to pop out the number of Hydras he needs to break this. And these Dragoons are gonna force their way forward, break through the natural. This has gotta be it. Soma, after doing so much damage in the main base, I cannot believe that Shuttle managed to clutch this out. Actually, I can, because Soma just was not mining. With about 8 drones, they were just kind of screwing around in his main base. That is crazy to me. Also, the loss of those 2 overlords to cannons, like, oh my goodness, it's so painful. That is so painful. Actually, I take that back. Maybe the second Overlord was killed by a Corsair. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't see a Corsair out at that time, but God, that's gotta hurt, man. I mean, that's it. Zerg is eliminated, dude. They went out first, so they're not gonna get those 2 points. I think Protoss may be a shoe-in here for the finals. If they extended their lead enough. I can't remember how many points were left over from the previous weeks, but they were really neck and neck. And now they're going to extend their lead. Protoss is going to extend their lead, possibly by 2 points. If they can take down Rush, that's all they have to do. Kill Rush, and they will get a 2-point lead over Zerg. That's going to come up in the next game, guys. Shuttle versus Rush. Stay tuned. What's up, my Broodwar brothers? Hey, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, go on down and smash that red button. Hit the like button as well, and the notification bell. You can see all of my videos as soon as they pop up. I really do appreciate it, guys. Let's give a round of applause to these 2 players, Rush and a Shuttle. But mostly for Shuttle, dude. This guy has defied the odds. This is not a position I was expecting to see us getting to here in this week of KCM. Like, who expected Shuttle to take down Light and Soma? Freaking not me, dude. Not me at all. But this is the reality that we're living in here. We're on Monopoly at the triangular map. We've got Rush in the top left, Shuttle in the bottom left. But is this where the streak ends? I feel like it may be. Rush is so clutch, man. I've put this guy on a tier similar to Light for a very long time. He's had great results in KCM as well as ASL. He's gotten right up into the finals. He has killed so many players in KCM. He's done so well, but sometimes this guy falters, man. He has a hard time here and there. We'll see if that's gonna happen today. I mean, I know he is a father. He's got a lot on his plate. He's got a lot going on. You can't be on the top of your game all the time, especially if you are taking care of a young kid. My cousin has some kids. I did a little babysitting for them a few days, I guess a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And man, that's hard, dude. It takes a lot out of you. You really don't have much time for anything else. I don't know how anyone can be a pro gamer in Starcraft and
and be a dad at the same time. It's just, it blows my mind. But, well, got Rush here. Daddy, we'll see if he can get it done. We'll see if he can take down Shuttle, who is on fire right now. Hopefully he won't make the same mistakes as Light anyway. Try to play it standard. Get aggressive against Shuttle. Try to take him down. I think where Shuttle really struggles usually is in the defense against vultures. And Rush is very good at getting aggressive, at getting in with his vultures and dealing that damage early on. Doing things like drops, doing run-bys and stuff. That's tough for Shuttle. Shuttle, he's not well known for, you know, having an iron defense. He is a fun player to watch, but there's a reason why we didn't expect him to beat Light or Rush, or Soma, excuse me, in this series. So we've got a Vulture coming into the front. It is a Vulture expand from Rush. Bit of a newer build. It will transition pretty well into this starport here. He's going to have some mines out on the map in just a moment. Can try to get those mines behind this Dragoon, which is out on the map right now, dealing a little damage to the bunker here, and that's what he's going to try to do. Look, he's sending that Vulture up towards this Dragoon. He's trying to put these mines in right behind where this Dragoon's at, and then try to run at it with his Marines and force it into a mine here. We'll see if this ends up working. I think that Shuttle is about to lose a Dragoon, if I had to guess. Yeah, this is a great move by Rush. Here comes the Marines. He's gonna run forward. As long as he kills the shields on this thing. The mine. No, that mine. Just barely not close enough. Oh, and he gets the Vulture as well. Oh man, Rush is gonna be heartbroken after that one. He had that. He had that Dragoon in the bag and then some, man. He should have been able to kill that without losing anything, but he loses the Vulture and he lets the Dragoon escape. Oof, that's like that's just some lucky play, man, from Shuttle, that Rush didn't decide to put that mine just a little bit closer. Just a hair closer. It wasn't in range of the Dragon's vision or anything. He just decided to put it just a little tiny bit back, and ends up letting that thing slip by. Now this I don't understand. Looks like Shuttle is gonna take this Nexus. I never understand why Protoss players do this. This makes little to no sense to me. I've had it explained in the past by some friends telling me like, oh yeah, Protoss take this base because they want to mine out some of these minerals just in case the game goes long. That's going to be a Terran base. I can't agree with that. I don't know why, but I feel like you never want to lose your third base early, and that's just such an easy pushing location for the Terran to go to. They are going to come and kill that base for sure. If they're allowed to, you know, they just push straight along that area. You have to engage them so early as they're moving across. You really don't have much time. If you take a base in the bottom right hand corner, it's such a long push distance for the Terran. If you take the 6 o'clock base, look at how far they have to push. They have to push all the way around the right hand side and all the way down to the south. That's going to leave a huge flank open. Whereas if they push towards this left base, I mean, the push distance is very short, and they're defending a base over in the center left. So it just makes a lot more sense in my mind to take a base at the 6 o'clock. But instead, Shuttle is going to grab this one, and he dealt pretty well with that drop. Better than I would have expected. Rush is usually really good at getting a bunch of kills there, but Shuttle, he was on top of it. He got the Observer out and in position to spot that drop, so he didn't really take any damage. And Rush did save his dropship. He lost all of the vultures, but that's fine. Ooh, gets in here. Shuttle sacks the Observer to get the vision on these factories here, and now that he's got the vision, he knows that Rush is planning to do a pretty quick attack He's not preparing for that third base just yet. He might end up throwing that down a little later, but he will be powering up here really hard to a good mid-game army. I don't see a science facility just yet. So depending on if he builds a science facility here, we might just be seeing a full-on attack from Rush as a 1-1 or a 1-0 attack that will just try to end this game. And that's a great move. Hey, your opponent's third base. All you got to do is move down there and kill that base. You're going to be fine. He's even setting up mines back at home. So when this push comes out, if Shuttle decides to start bombing his main, start throwing drops in there with Reavers and stuff, he'll just be able to deflect it with those mines, hopefully. And drop a couple of vultures here, kill off a couple of workers, and then probably just dip right on out of this base. Okay, a couple more workers gonna go down, possibly another worker right there on the right hand side. He does get that, and this vulture will finally fall. Nicely done. Oh, taking a risk was pretty risky, but Shuttle goes for it. He kills the mine, and he's feeling good now with his bases locked up tight. But can he survive this next attack? I'm doubting it, man. I am seriously doubting it. Look at how well set up Rush is going to be here. He just needs to push down this tiny little path here on the left-hand side. You can set up on that high ground. There's a wall there. You can go around the bottom, but why would you ever go on the low ground to fight this? It's just going to make it so much harder for you. And the Shuttle's got 2 shuttles over on the left-hand side. Will he be able to get in here? There is a Wraith present in the main. That's going to help out a lot with dealing with these shuttles. Not going to be allowed to juggle the units in and out of the shuttles. Once they're in there, they're just going to be in there. And then Rush should be able to clean things up. Just pull his workers and finish everything off. There is the science facility. Okay, so we're not going to have that huge attack that I was predicting earlier. I'm gonna drop some vultures and Reaver, and there is the shot from the Reaver. It doesn't really do too much. He's gonna get 1 tank. It looks like 1 tank does go down, but that was a perfect hold from Rush. And now the moment that hold occurs, I feel like as a Terran player you want to just attack, but look at how low Rush's supply is. I'm not sure that that's going to be the best idea. He killed 2 shuttles, yes. He killed a bunch of zealots, yes. He killed 2 Reavers as well, yes. But it's going to be hard still to push out here against Shuttle, who's got such a supply advantage. He's going to have more shuttles out as well. He can start to move forward. Okay, Shuttle's doing something that I don't really understand either. Is he's going to take this base at the 12 o'clock. The reason I say I don't understand that is because you know Rush is eventually going to want to push south, right? He's going to want to come and try to attack that third base from Shuttle. Taking this base on the right-hand side, it's incredibly easy to counterattack here as Shuttle. He can go around the right-hand side. I feel like if Rush pushed south and then took the base in the center left, he can put some turrets up there. He can then protect his main at the same time, but that's not the plan here from Rush. Instead, he's going to run in, try to kill a Templar or 2 as this Shuttle is flying into his main. The Wraith is still there. He's going to trump this Reaver. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like Rush just was not paying attention there. The Reaver gets dropped and picked back up, and he's just going to head straight on back home. That was a really weird drop. I don't know what was going on there, but I guess Shuttle just went nope. Just went on back home. Saw the defenses or something. I mean, he took a risk dropping his Reaver. So usually you want to at least get a couple shots off, but I just didn't go for it. Oh, dropship on the right hand side almost gets picked off. It's not a really good place to leave it. Like, the center of the map is a island, right? So why not leave it in the center? You're even doing scouting that way and nothing's gonna kill it. That I don't understand, but that's fine. It's in the center now. That's the right place for it to be. There's a big supply depot wall here on the right hand side. This is gonna try to prevent counterattacks, but the Reaver is just barely out of range of these tanks, so he's able to kill off a few SCVs. He could even try to go after the shuttle. Nice drop with the Zealot. Oh, big storm. I would have much more liked if he had gone after the vultures there. Just annihilate a huge clump of vultures. Then he might have been able to run in with his like massive Zealot army and just dive on top of those tanks, kill off a whole bunch of them. But he went for the SCVs. It didn't really work out that well. But it's all right. Shuttle is not in that difficult of a position. He has a 4th base up. His supply is looking good. He's going to go ahead and take a 5th as well. So he's looking pretty decent here. Rush is setting up, looking for that push eventually. He will end up doing it pretty soon. 170 supply. Rush's got to have +2 by now as well. He's got this wall on the right-hand side. It means he's pretty darn safe. I think it's about time for Rush to get this push going. I think he defends his attack. If Shuttle runs into this wall, loses everything, and Rush just goes and attacks him, I'm going to be so disappointed. It looks like he's going to run forward here. He's trying to get through this wall. He's focusing down one of the supply depots, but these vultures or the Zealots are just getting wrecked because everything's stuck on the one side of the wall. He kills the wall, but he loses his shuttle. He loses his Reaver, and quite a few Zealots get badly damaged. Now one Zealot gonna get baited in there. There is a Templar here, so he could probably get a good storm down, maybe even 2, possibly 2. Okay, there's this pretty decent one on the SCVs. Going for the SCVs, not a bad idea. He's even gonna kill this refinery, but Rush is on the warpath, man. He's not having it. He just wants to go and kill his opponent, so he's heading straight down the map here. This has all been spotted, of course, by Shuttle's observers. This is not enough to stop that army, though. That is a crazy big army here that's coming down on top of this Protoss force. He's going down to the low ground. The siege up here is really good by Rush. Can he actually focus that? Nice focus on the Templar. Good pickups there by Shuttle as well. He didn't get a really great storm, but at least he managed to keep that Templar alive. Now Rush is going to continue to move forward here. He's headed towards that 3rd base. 4th base, 5th base are both done. And mining here. Nice storm. And an equally nice D-Matrix to keep that tank alive. There's another storm. Doesn't really catch much except for the edge of some of those vultures. Rush's army here completely holding off what Shuttle has on the right-hand side. He really can't push into this location, and I don't think he can defend this push that's coming towards the south here. This is just a very tight location. Nice storm there. The tanks in a huge clump. The storm, holy crap, that was a lot of damage. About 4 or 5 tanks went down there, but Shuttle just still doesn't have quite enough. He can't break through this. He's leaving so much of his army on that right-hand side. I feel like that's a massive mistake. Look at all this army just kind of sitting here. It's like, it's not doing anything at all. It's just kind of hanging back. It's ridiculous. What is Shuttle doing on that right-hand side? He's leaving an opportunity. I mean, I feel like you have to utilize the Zealot or the Protoss ability to move around the map a little bit faster than the Terran. You have to be able to be a little bit more mobile here, but instead Shuttle just leaves that army on the right-hand side. He's gonna lose a whole bunch of probes. He's gonna lose that Nexus there in the center left. He's gonna lose possibly this base here as well, and running directly into these tanks and vultures here. The dragons just getting splattered. Some Zealots are getting on top of these tanks, and a lot of the tanks are going down, but a lot of the Zealots just stuck in the back, not able to do anything, running back and forth. The +3/+1 is done. Zealots just rushing forward, and the remainder of that army does get picked off. Zealot's gonna come up here and finally clear out this base. Thank God. Shuttle will be able to mine from this location once again, but the right side of the map has opened up. Rush now has control. He's going to start to move around with those vultures on the right-hand side. Try to pick off some Templar, possibly. Try to make a push happen, most likely down towards the center right. Rush has secured the center left. He's going to snag that base now. And we're actually approaching a possible cut match. Oh, excuse me. Split map situation. Why was I saying cut map? That doesn't make any sense. Split map situation, a possibility here in this match. Good storm there on the front tank. And the Templar escapes, always a good sign. Running forward with the Goon. Sacrificial. Clearing out these mines a little quicker. Dragons pushing up. And both parties nearly maxed here. Nearly maxed on both sides. Shuttle has one more base on his side of the map that he can possibly take. Rush is going to look towards the natural here. He's actually spreading out his tanks quite a bit, though. Just kind of securing these bases, and he might actually mine from that center left. Something that I thought probably wouldn't happen. In most games, it won't happen. But in this game, it will. It probably will. And I guess that will make a difference for Shuttle in the long run, because Rush won't have quite as many mineral patches to mine from. There won't be quite as much for him to mine in that center left. I guess that is going to give him some sort of small advantage. Now he's going to fly in here, try to drop some of these zealots here, try to get some splash damage going. He gets the storm. That Templar was nicely hidden there in the back, able to get some good kills. But Rush is mining very happily now. At this point, he's got the defense there in the center left, and Shuttle is still stuck on this Templar Shuttle Gateway Man play. He's adding on even more gateways. He's not giving up on it either. Arbiters would be nice. That's a long way away, though. Carriers also would be nice. That's how Shuttle was able to take down Light, of course. But instead, he's going to rush through this area. Great storm on these really tightly grouped tanks here. He just needs to get this mine to connect, but it doesn't connect. And a huge trade for Shuttle. Shuttle just able to get so much value out of his units. Not moving with the observer there. Shuttle kind of starting to fall apart here. He is maxing out once again very, very quickly. A lot of those units are in production. And Rush is shoving down the right-hand side of the map here very, very quickly. Massive, massive wave of zealots is coming up here. And there's still quite a few dragons left over, so he did save at least the backbone of his army here. Shuttle ready to take this fight. He's gonna spread out everything and just come in a big wave here, jumping on top of these tanks. The tanks are so tightly packed. The storms are amazingly good. The zealots coming in haphazardly, actually able to kill off a ton of these tanks, and the dragoons back away at the right time here. Shuttle is playing this out pretty nicely. That is so many zealots here just rushing forward. I think that Shuttle can break this now. He just needs to bring up the zealots from the left-hand side, from the natural and from the main. Oh, man. I don't think Shuttle's brought everything here, but he's still got enough zealots, it looks like, to crush this army. Rush has been routed. He's running on back home. The zealots are pouring out here. He didn't bring this army. I think if he had lost this game, that army right there, not bringing that up, might have been the culprit. I think Shuttle might have really been banging his head against the wall after this game if he had forgotten that army and actually lost this game. But he did manage to push through. Now he can use that army for some other purpose, maybe sending it down or up to that left-hand corner. This base over here is viable, a viable push location. Maybe he wants to try and dive through there and stop this from mining. Rush has dropped down significantly in supply, but is still going strong due to those two fresh bases. He's got the base at 12 and that base in the center left. Shuttle, on the other hand, he's got a whole ton of nice mining bases. He's got 4 bases, so staying 2 bases ahead of the Terran player. That's great, but bases are running out here. There's another base up in the top right. I think that should go to Rush. And the base in the center left, that's going to be hard to take as well. And it doesn't have as many minerals left over at it. The center base, I don't know who that goes to. But here we go. Shuttle rushing forward once again. He's going to dive on here with some Zealots, trying to get the big storm in the middle. Very, very nice on these tanks. More storms running forward, but great targeting there by Rush, smashing those Templar before they can do anything. That D-Matrix really slowing things down here for Shuttle, and he's losing a ton of his Dragoons. Critical Dragoon losses there, and he's going to end up losing that Templar as well. Gonna have to fall back, but with only 5 Dragoons remaining, maybe Rush can push through here, trying to focus down a science vessel, but Rush all over that, keeping his stuff alive. Running back up on the high ground. Shuttle, he loses the rest of his army. Ooh, he needs to reset some rallies here, man. Those rallies are painful. It's super hard to keep grabbing those and bringing them forward. Ooh, Shuttle looking for a location where it can get through. Templar. Storm, very nicely done. Oh, wait, this mine. Oh, that mine could have been so good. So good, but it wasn't. Now Rush is taking the upper right, and the time is kind of running out here for Shuttle. He needs to get over here, man, and do something. He's actually sending, I think, something to the middle. I feel like he could have done that a long time ago, though. Drop something in the middle and take the Nexus in the center. He's got way more drops than his opponent. It'd be very hard for Rush to push in there and actually win a fight. Of course, you can always set up tanks on the outside, but you can't build turrets on the outside of this center area, so it would be tough to fight back against the continuous drops and stuff. Yeah, you can't build turrets on the low ground. I don't think you can build on these areas really close to the middle ground either. Running forward here, a lot of big hits from these mines, crushing through the Zealots. Those are some great hits with the mines there. The Templar are being focused down very nicely by Rush, but it looks like maybe Shuttle gonna push through here. That's quite a few tanks on high ground. Oh, he's doing a really good job, though. Running up the ramp, he's gonna start to kill off these tanks on the high ground, and then he can focus on this command center. The SCVs are pulled, but a little bit too late. He probably could have blocked on the ramp there and done a lot more damage. Some reinforcements coming up here from the left-hand side. Rush is gonna try to get rid of this, but great targeting there by Shuttle, and you know a huge amount of reinforcements are already being rallied out by Shuttle, who's now picking off this command center in the upper right. GG, Rush taps out, and Shuttle takes another win. He wins it for the Protoss. Damn, he gets a clapper for sure. Look at that one. Hell yeah, wow. Faith restored in Shuttle, man. What a player, what a series. What a streak there from Shuttle. Absolutely fantastic. He doesn't get a all kill or anything like that, but he earns some mad respect from his teammates and of course from myself. Saying SE, guys, we're gonna go into the final screen. Check out those point rankings, and this video will be over. Damn, that was quick. All right, it felt quick, but it's already been 3 hours, guys. We are now in the final part of the video. I didn't realize it, but actually Zerg was 1 point ahead, so now Protoss retaking that lead. Zerg has to beat Protoss here in the final week of KCM, otherwise they are going to fall here down to the semifinals, the losers match, I guess, and work their way back up to the finals by beating Terran. That's a big risk. I mean, Terran can make some serious comebacks. We've seen it before in the finals, so you really don't want to be in that losers match. You would much rather have that seed into the finals
and guarantee yourself some more winnings. So we'll see if Zerg can pull it off this next week. Been a lot of fun, guys. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Do remember to hit the subscribe button. If we do hit 1,000 subscribers, I promise I have a very special surprise for all of you. And yeah, have a great weekend, guys. I'm going to get on to the next video. It's already been released. I'm sorry again, it's so slow, but we are going to pick things up here and get back to where we were before. Get on top of things. Very excited. I'll see you guys in the next video.